All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program. Targeted Individual Experience. Must be the same dude from earlier, huh? That's to tell you. What did I say? Right? What did I say? The same dude from earlier. I keep telling you, whenever I try to teach these young black males something, whenever I try to show them some level of respect and, hey, pull your pants up, young king. You are a king, man. You shouldn't be walking the street like that. What that tells me, and I've been seeing this all the time, right? If you go and you read, there was I'm gonna see if I can find it. I have it at home. But it was a document written, research paper, I should say. It was a research paper written by black convicts. And they were researching in terms of their imprisonment, and they were talking about how they were being experimented on in the prison system. When you look at the pants sagging thing, it comes out of the prison system. Now, some Negropeans will say, no, it goes back to slavery. It does not go back to slavery, right? In slavery, yes, their pants were sagging because they didn't have a belt, right? They did not have a belt, and so their pants were sagging. But once black people emancipate themselves from enslavement, go look at very old pictures and see how they dress. You see that, you'll see no pants sagging. They had belts in their waist. Right? They had shoes. Right? Their pants was above their waist or on their waist. Right? When you look at the 60s, 70s, 80s, you don't see that. You don't see it. Go look at these old rap videos, these old hip hop videos, right? And see if you see the pants sagging. Now, we used to wear baggy pants, but our pants were still on our hips, right? The pants sagging thing come out of the prison system, and it is orchestrated on black men, young black men, and black men my age. I've seen 50-something-year-old black men wearing their pants sagging. It has become it is not our culture because we did not create this. It was created in our minds by somebody else. Okay? This is what you must understand. Right? It was created in our minds by someone else, and we have yet to figure that out. Right? Particularly when I talk to some of these young men, particularly on my block, and I try to educate them. And some of them will argue with me. Like how is it that you can be so? And again, think about it. Think about this in a logical sense, right? You're a young black man. You're walking on the street with your pants below your ass, and you have to hold up your pants. Does that make any sense? And if you're wearing a belt, why not wear your pants on your waist? You know what I'm saying? These Negropeans are conditioned into a backwards mindset. And again, I know because I used to be one. Though I never wore my pants down below my ass. But in terms of not seeing what I see now, right? So the white supremacists have tried to use me, like how they use most of us, into a backwards mindset. So as you see, why did they send the same young man? All right, because I want you guys to understand the subliminal threats and shit like that. And like I said, there's always going to be Negropeans they're going to use, right? Because Negropeans are dumb, and I do mean that, not in a sense that they are naturally dumb, meaning in the sense that they have been made dumb. And dumb just means ignorant. Just another way of saying ignorant. Right? So this is what I talk about. So whenever you try to correct the bad behavior, right? The white supremacists will get them to attack you. Because like I said, anything that's good for black people, they don't want. They don't want. They have us in this dysfunctional mindset that the vast majority of us cannot see our way out of it, right? And those that are more aware, they are attacked, they are neutralized, because they cannot allow any black person with consciousness to influence the younger generation. They have to be in control. Remember what that police officer said? When they arrested, they put a 12-year-old child in handcuffs. What did they say? They say that if we don't control them now, what's going to happen later? Right? Meaning that they already know the outcome of how they condition us, but they still have to control us. You see, the conditioning that they do to us is to have so them can be justified in doing the things that they do to control us. We have to open up our eyes and wake up and understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? My young kings, open your eyes, see the truth. Your future depends on you becoming conscious, right? Not staying asleep.
Please execute your door. Birch Avenue and Rogers Avenue. This stop is Church Avenue and Nostrum Avenue.
It goes to the car too. I tried that.
Please exit through the rear door.
Goes to the car too. That's how you get on the train for the bus. Oh, I can't do that too.
Door. Next stop, Church Avenue and New York Avenue. 44. Avenue and New York Avenue.
On a Sunday, friends. Good Sunday.
Church Avenue and Brooklyn Avenue. Door. Avenue and Brooklyn Avenue.
Sorry, sir. Make a mistake.
Door. Church Avenue and East 38th Street. Avenue and East 38th Street.
I attack a spot that they stand up at the corner at the sure. Hey man. Yeah, you standing up by the gate right there, and as soon as the bus comes to the bus stop, there's the people, so they can do the stepping. Either the front, using the blinking the fog lights or the brake lights. So I gotta step on the brake lights slow.
Church Avenue and East
Tell you,
42nd
spot
Street.
like nothing.
Door.
What's up with this bus? I watched the clothes in there, but call them out. Look at that. I'm gonna stay 11 o'clock at night every day. They got a woman out there with her children digging in the garbage can. What kind of subliminal message you think they're sending?
Avenue Avenue of East 42nd Street.
See what I'm saying? Is and I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna break it down to you guys. Yeah, they're using the sirens. Yeah, I'm gonna break it down to you guys in terms of how they try to manipulate your thoughts and your emotions, right? Because the simple fact is that they want to dictate, right, what I can spend with my disability.
Birch Avenue and
The
Troy
fact that they
Avenue.
disabled me and trying to control every aspect of my life. That's what it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to expose them.
Avenue and Troy Avenue.
Sometimes I got to do certain videos just to make people understand how their minds are being erased. Because what they do is to erase our minds and then come back with the same subliminal message, knowing that we might probably forget. Oh yeah, I'm gonna break it down all the way down.
Next stop, Church Avenue of East 48th Street.
New York, furniture department. 7632. License plate number.
Avenue of East 48th Street.
As the bus was going by the New York furniture department, trying to look at the vehicle license plate. Number 32.
Please exit through the rear door. Next stop, Church Avenue and Utica Avenue. Avenue and Utica Avenue.
No, you see? Yeah, put it to the apartment. Look.
Church Avenue at East 52nd Street. This stop is Church Avenue and East 52nd Street. Next stop, Church Avenue and East 56th Street.
All right. So, what do we see? Right, the Amazon delivery driver. Okay, the vehicle at the top here is 73632. 32, and you see the same color vehicle, right? Double parked, right? Okay, so the color red again, and the number 32. So what they're doing is trying to repair the color. Right? This is called anchors and triggers, dark NLP. Right? First they bombard you with a color to condition you, and talk about the transference of anchors and triggers. You guys can see an example of that right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Please, the reason why, because he doesn't want me to get the license plate of the vehicle in front. That's why. Well, that way you got the license plate. Look. Okay. So I just the letters, I got the numbers. I look how he moves up. So see, trying to see if I can get the numbers. Not the numbers, I'm sorry, the letters. Might be able to get them. Let's see. So you guys know, again, proving what it is I say. Alright, there you go. BX 73632. Oh yeah, exposing all this shit. I love the best one. Good. You guys know whenever I hold on to the bus and my hands are positioned like this, they will use the sirens. As soon as I grab onto the pole or like this, look at my hands, you're president while using the sirens. Alright, remote no monitoring.
Church Avenue and
So whenever I place my thumb on certain things,
B17, B47 and B8.
Look at my pointing finger with the two rings on it, they use the sirens. Yep. You get a call beeping. Anybody on? Listen very closely. Put on some headphones. And you'll hear the very faint beep or the faint sirens. Somebody on in the back. All right, thank you. Have a good night. Oh yeah, like I said, I'm gonna break it all the way down so you guys can understand what it is that they do and how they do it. So they got the Nigerians came in on the bus, right? And if you look at their face, remember I'm recording so you guys can see. Just pay attention to the face and how they look and what it is that they do, right? Watch me expose them in such a way that they can't even understand. Right? Expose them in such a way that they have never been exposed. You tell them ain't no fear here. As I look back, hold on a second. Look back at the vehicle. Look, see? KLL. I know there's a reason why they hijacked my consciousness and turned my head around. What do I say, man? What do I say? Right? They'll target me and then they'll send me this subliminal message, right? Like there's a license plate number, KLL. You know, let me tell you what they do and how they do it. When I talk about mind control, programming, lone wolf gunmen over there, want to call them, right? This is how they're doing it, right? Through trauma, psychological trauma, microchipping, and so forth. And did you guys know? I was watching the video. I think I forgot to mention it before. The person that got Charlie Kirk's gunman, the person that killed him, right? They said that they literally cremated his body, right? Without the family approval, right? Same thing with Miriam Snyder, who was a TI. She died in her apartment and they cremated her body. So, you know, they get rid of the evidence. When they want to get rid of the evidence of the microchips, that's what they'll do, right? that is exactly what they do. And I just showed you guys exactly what it is that they're doing, how they're doing it, right? How they engage in programming, how they program me, how they program my brother. You know, like I always say, man, it's a good thing, particularly having a twin brother. And, you know, he was targeted first, didn't quite understand, didn't even know, but I was also being targeted, didn't know that until he told me when he went to the psychiatrist, what the psychiatrist told him, that it will happen to me, but it was already happening to me, I just didn't know it, right? So that's why I said, man, I'm gonna take everything from these bastards, every single thing, take away their qualified immunity, you know, and the dumbass Europeans don't quite understand how people can be manipulated and brainwashed. And so it is my purpose, all right? It is my purpose to expose them and what it is that they do. All right, look, open up this bag. Why he opening his bag? Look. Trying to be slick. If you look at the video from earlier, look, he ain't nothing in his bag. See? If you look at the video from earlier, when I talk about how they plant stuff to try to make it seem as if, you know, or try to create some type of association, right? So look what he's looking over here. When he's looking over here, he's looking at the intro bottle. When I got off the bus, I always talk about how they hijacked my consciousness and got me fixated on something. But I kept it quiet because I didn't want to say anything And you can go look at the video from earlier when I got off the bus. The first bus that I took, and I got off of it, you'll see if you look at the sidewalk, you'll see a bottle of this Ensure right here. And I always say, I knew. I always knew. I can feel the fixation that comes on. That's because they hijacked my consciousness. That's how I'm able to turn, when I said, okay, they just hijacked my consciousness, turn my head around, what is it that they want me to see? Yeah, right? Because, it doesn't matter how subtle they do it, I can pick up on it. And the vehicle with the license plate with the 3 letters in there, KLL, right? Programming. And so as I walked over here, looked down, he saw me looking down, because I see him look at the corner of his eye, saw me looking down at the intro, then he opens up the bag that he has, the black bag, right? Now watch what I'm going to do. Look. Take my bag and hold it to the front. Look. I don't know what you're looking over here for. The bus is right there. You just be looking at the bus, not me. But again, just wanna show you guys exactly what it is that they do and how they do it. Right? Look, 3, 1, 2, 3. The keychain out here. See?
Please exit through the rear door.
3, 2, 3. Like I said, imagine how many people they've done this to, and they've actually harm themselves or deleted themselves or delete other people or harm other people, and they get away with it. Alright, let me end the video. I'm starting here.